Mary Nelson has been working here at the American Red Cross in Spokane for a decade now. She's actually set to retire next week, but this week is going to be very busy and trying as Red Cross offices across the nation mobilize and send volunteers down to Texas. So as she does that here, she's going to be pulling on her invaluable personal experience.
Having never been retired before, I have a little trepidation. It was really hard saying that I'm going to end my regular time here at the Red Cross. However, I'm excited that I'll be a volunteer. I plan to be active here and in positions where I can deploy.
Working at the Red Cross is a vocation rather than an occupation.
Oh yes, definitely. Immediately I got involved with our disaster action team, and then the more you learn about the Red Cross, the more you want to do things for the Red Cross.
For her last week on the job, Nelson will be busy in her cubicle here in Spokane, coordinating with offices across the country as the Red Cross makes sense of the devastation in Texas. But as she mobilizes volunteers here, she draws upon her real-life experience beyond these walls.
For Superstorm Sandy, there was a huge recovery that we were going to have to go through.
Nelson and her teammates had a front row seat to the devastation in New Jersey following Superstorm Sandy. Even months after the storm had passed, the destruction on the ground remained.
We went right down to the devastation on the beach and saw that, and wow, especially here because we don't have floods, so you don't think about stuff being erased, and stuff was just erased. So it was tough. My work was basically on the telephone, talking to people who needed our services, seeing where in the process they were, helping them how they could. Hearing from folks in their homes that have been destroyed on the phone has to be a pretty emotional experience, even for someone who kind of lives in this world. That's true. I know one of the most touching times was a gentleman called and he just started crying, and he said, I'm the one that helps people and now I need help. And he didn't know. He didn't know what to do. And this man didn't just lose his house, he lost his livelihood, and he did not know where he was going to go from there. And the fact that at least we were able to get him started, and it made me feel good.
As we speak, there are volunteers from the state of Washington in Texas right now giving that kind of support. As someone who's been in a similar situation, what advice do you have for them?
Just be open-minded and flexible. Mental health is really a big deal, and it is hard to see these people going through things, and you do what you can, but it still weighs heavy on you at times.
And she says that that heavy weight that you bring upon yourself after being in these situations doesn't necessarily go away when you come back. Having said that, she says that she and her husband are both ready to be deployed again whenever the situation comes up, whether it's a natural disaster or some other tragedy. It's something that becomes kind of addictive, and they just live now to be in those situations and give back to those in need.